Rose Motene é um nome de referência na África do Sul. Mulher multifacetada, ela fala sobre a sua vida e suas conquistas com Acesso VIP.
Well, my television career started, almost 20 years ago when I started studying. I got a BA in Dramatic Art from the University of Witwatersrand. And from there I went into presenting, I went into acting in children's programs, did a lot of theatre work until I got my final break, which was Generations, in which I played the principal role of Rose Motene for almost 5 years. And then it was time for me to shift into to expand my wings again. And I was fortunate to be cast in Hotel Luanda. And then from Hotel Rwanda, I presented a magazine program called Studio 53, where I was the studio host along with Gaetano Kagwa from Big Brother fame. Well, I've been heavily involved in the activism space, firstly through Power, People Opposing Women Abuse. And how I got through that was that I was the spokesperson for the Vagina Monologues, the V-Day movement, when Eve Enslow released the theatrical play almost 15 years ago. And I got involved with Power just as a trainee, got involved and doing a lot of volunteer on the work, a lot of lobbying on the ground. And then I was invited to the board, and now I sit as deputy chair of the board. Through also my activism career, I was chairperson of Childline, another organization mainly for the empowerment of children, and another one called Tomorrow Trust, which basically takes children from underprivileged and backgrounds and giving them tertiary education. With the Bring Back Our Girls, it was an idea that came from somebody off Twitter. One of my followers mentioned what was happening, and we realized that it hadn't been reported in our local newspapers. And when we questioned certain newspapers like the Sunday Times, they said, well, it wasn't really relevant to us. And for us, it was a big problem, because how could so many girls go missing and the world is not taking note of it? I've been very fortunate. I've had a lot of highlights. The one was when I was touring the UK with a theatrical production called Nothing But the Truth. And we had an audience where we were performing in Birmingham, and it was an 800-seater, fully packed, even people in the aisles, and standing ovation and being called back 3-4 times is any actor's dream. So that was definitely one of my biggest highlights. There's been a great surge of international films being made on our continent, which is fantastic. But at the same time, we need to start to protect our talent. We need to start protecting our crew. Because for a long time, international talent would come into our country, work on international rates and standards, but then the local cast and crew would work on local rates and standards. 2016 greetings to you. My name is Rose Motene, all the way from South Africa, wishing you a fabulous, delicious and exciting 2016 ahead. And you're watching Acesso VIP on Jungle Magic.